Hey there and welcome back. I recently learned that one of my very favorite people at work is leaving. Before he leaves this godforsaken place and moves off to Texas, I thought I'd make him a gift, a bit of a housewarming. Now I begged and I pleaded for him to take my wife and I with him, but he politely declined. Anywho, let's get into it. I've got a bunch of different hardwoods here laid out. I'm going to end up gluing these together butt to butt and then gluing them all together to create a bit of a patchwork. At least that's my plan currently. All right, so these two are going to go together. These two will go together. Now I'm going to start ripping these up into equal widths. All right, now I'm going to start cross-cutting these, and in order to get that patchwork look I'm looking for, I have to cut these at different lengths. So I'm going to cut a couple at 10, a couple at 14 inches to make 24 overall, and then I'll scatter in some other sizes as well. So this is kind of what I was thinking. Now I've got to figure out a way to get this glued up. It's going to be a bit of a challenge, I think. All right, I'm just going to kind of go for it here and hope for the best. What's the worst that could happen?
You guys silly? I'm still going to send it.
One eternity later.
All right, I'm going to get this baby out of the clamps, square it up, and then get it over to the CNC to flatten it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start flattening this. It's going to take forever, so I'm going to get that going. All right, now that this is flat on both sides, I'm going to start the carving. This will consist of 2 tool paths for the time being, both V-carves. Off camera, I use the CNC to put some reference lines on here because once this thing's cut out, it's going to be impossible to get the center. I got to put something on the back to hang it on a wall. So now this thing is carved and ready for epoxy, I'm going to first coat the surface here with just regular clear epoxy to seal it. If I don't do this, when I put the colored epoxy in the carvings, it will essentially bleed and stain the wood. It's impossible to get it out. All right, I think that's going to do it. I'm going to give this about 12 hours to cure. And then we can work on the colored epoxies.
Day 2.
All right, this thing has been sitting here overnight. It's had plenty of time to cure. Now we can move on with filling this with some color. And now we mix. It took me a while, but I made sure this is perfectly level. If it is not perfectly level, it will cause you problems. And now for my favorite part of epoxy work, the torch. I'm gonna come back in like 10 minutes and hit it again. Hopefully get rid of the bubbles. All right, it's been about 10 minutes. A lot more bubbles have surfaced, so time to hit them with the torch again.
Whoa, fire! Yeah, yeah! Yeah, fire! 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 Fire!
I'm going to keep doing this every 10 minutes or so, but I'm not going to bore all of y'all with that. All right, so I let this cure overnight, so we are ready to flatten this and clean this up a bit. Let's get this going. It's going to take a long time and make a gigantic mess. All right, I'm ready to start sanding this thing. I'm gonna start with 120 grit, probably go up to 400. All right, I've got the front and the back of this all sanded up. Now I'm going to sand the edges. I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time on this, but I want to smooth them out a little bit. I can't get over how much I use this thing. I knew I'd use it sometimes. I think I use it on every project. It's awesome. Before I get the finish on here, I'm going to use this brand to put my logo on the back. This thing's too big to fit in my laser, so it says to heat this thing up for a good 5 minutes. I hope it doesn't take that long.
1 eternity later.
All right, here goes nothing. All right, I'm going to be finishing this thing with Rubio Monocoat. Now, the last time I used this, the hardener, the cap seized on it, and I had to go to some pretty extraordinary measures to get it out. So I ended up putting it in this hot sauce bottle, in case y'all are wondering. I really should have done this before I put the finish on, but I want to attach this backer piece right in the middle here. It's going to prevent some warping that may occur in the high heat and humidity. The second thing is it'll just offset it off the wall a little bit, which I think will make it look a little cooler. So I'm going to do a light sanding here just to get rid of some of this finish. Glue and nail this thing on. Put a hook on it, we're done.